Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 42 of the Weird Turn Pro. What's going on, Jason?
42. 42. Wow.
I'm Mo Strummel in Nashville. Jason, where are you?
I'm in Lamont, PA. And folks, we have a very special show for you tonight because, you know, we reach out to a lot of people over time. And this week we have a very special guest. He's with us every week. And this week we are going to be featuring the music of Mo Strummel. So how's Nashville this week? It seems a little hectic there. This hitting a lot of news feeds right now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. You know, knuckleheads in the news, and then, you know, some good news from here as well. So it's, you know, it's definitely wherever you are, people are talking about all of this. So, you know, obviously we have the Morgan Wallen issue, and then the Brothers Osborne, JT, right, came out over yesterday, I guess, and people are talking about that. That's like the positive news, and then obviously the Morgan Wallen is the negative news. So, but
issues carrying forth, right?
Yes.
You know, I have to say that I think, you know, I don't want to excuse any of it because I don't think it's excusable, but I do think that when you find yourself focusing in and writing from any perspective as you're looking at it, there's some demons that you can uncover in it, and I'm not going to say that that's what has been uncovered here. I just think that's
I don't think that's his case. I think his case is he's just, you know, he doesn't think very well. I mean, this is a third thing that's happened in this year. So, I mean, he, you know, it's not a one-off. It's like, it just keeps happening. I mean, you know, the label took immediate action, you know, CMT took action, CMAs took action. I mean, everybody, you know, jumped right on it, but it's, you know, it's just not good. I mean, and it, you know, I would doubt it's going to be the last thing as well.
Oh, no. I don't think so. But
really,
we are here to talk about music, not about personalities that have nothing to do with this show. And really, we like to start off with a song. So I believe we're going to listen to the title track of a new EP being released in March from Mo. What's that song called? And can you tell us about it?
So we're going to release the EP on March 19th is what the schedule is right now. This is the lead. This is the lead single for this EP called Troublebound. And it's really just a story, you know, it's just a made up story, but it's you know, that really I wrote the chorus to this first, and then I kind of wrote the verses around it and the EP itself, all 5 songs on the EP have a little bit of trouble in each song. Right. So that's why I chose this one as the title track. You know, some of the trouble isn't that big. Some of the trouble is pretty big, right, in the different songs. But I chose this one as the title track because it seemed to fit. And all 5 of, I have more songs and I thought about putting out a CD, but these 5 songs kind of fit together. So I thought, well, let's do one EP now. And then I'm going to try to do an EP later in the year, and then hopefully a Christmas EP. So that's sort of the plan for the year at this point. But this song is called Troublebound, and we're actually going to play the recording. So this is actually going to Americana radio stations tomorrow. And then it will actually be released on its own on February 19th. so a month before the EP, and then
So
we're
we
going
have
to
a
do a
world
second.
premiere of Mo's recording of Troublebound.
Here we go.
That Mustang left on Beale Street, looking for salvation and a place to eat. Found a meal and a pretty face. Found salvation in a guitar case. Running from my past, moving double. Searching for my soul, sifting through the rubble. It's no use, it won't be found. Guess I'm always troublebound. We had high times along the river. Whatever I needed, she'd deliver. But Memphis soon got a little too old. We headed east for that country gold. Running from my past, moving double. Searching for my soul, sifting through the rubble. It's no use, it won't be found. Guess I'm always troublebound. Never lost that will to roam. Wherever I am, I call it home. Made that trip on to Nashville. And when I stumbled, she paid my bill. Now I know she ain't coming back. I guess it's spirit I always lacked. Running from my past, moving double. Searching for my soul, sifting through the rubble. It's no use, it won't be found. Guess I'm always troublebound. I guess I'm always troublebound. Pulled that Mustang out on Broadway.
Nice journey. That song is a really nice journey. There's some specifics in this song, that strike me. There's a signature Mustang in there that is part of the because I know you and I know you drive a Mustang, and that's an awesome thing that you can you tie that into what you're saying. But going from Beale Street to Broadway in the song, you're like, actually take us on a journey through that trouble that you're talking about. But there's the salvation in a guitar case, and there's probably a lot more to that than just a lyric.
Yeah, I mean that, it's therapy too, right? So, the guitar
that's what I mean. I mean,
it's therapy as well. Yeah. So it's like,
but it's just, you catch so much in it. I mean, and there's a lot of you in that song.
Yeah, I mean, you write, you make stuff up, but ultimately, some of it has to come from somewhere, right? So, it's just, and like I said, I started with a chorus on that, so it was a little bit different, because I don't usually write like that, but that one just happened to, the chorus lines came to me, and it was just,
Right.
and I like the chorus in that song. I mean, I'm kind of excited about this EP overall because I really like all the songs that I'm,
Yeah.
putting together
This
for
is
it.
a good group of songs that,
Yeah, and I think it's, so I'm kind of excited and I'm doing a little, we've released stuff, you and I as a band, and I've released stuff singly, but I've never put as much into a release as I am into this one, even in terms of legwork and everything.
right.
Getting it out to blogs and reviewers and all the stations and
Right.
all the
So,
follow up and dealing with that.
so as you're talking about that, let's, are these are also steps that maybe in the past, when you had past releases, were these things that you would have even considered, or were they even on the map as options?
Well, first of all, it's more expensive, so there's more money involved, but you know, I figure I'm almost 63, so I may as well throw something at this and see what happens. Um, it's it's a lot more work. I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, it's every day. I have to do something in order to make this work, and we're releasing this single on February 19th. On March 5th, we're going to release the second single, which we'll play later.
Right.
But and then, finally on March 19th, the whole EP drops. So this whole process, each one of those steps takes time in and of itself, and then the overall project. And this
Right.
is more like a traditional sort of, the way it's not as involved as a major label might do, but it's certainly mirroring a path that a label might, a major
Right.
label might follow with a lot more people working on it and a lot more
Right.
stuff happening.
A lot more resources behind it. So yeah,
Yeah,
but you're staging the releases as you see the the project to fit, and that's
right.
really really cool. And it's kind of, I'm going to enjoy watching as this happens
Well,
for
I
you.
think it'll be fun. I think it'll be interesting to see how it all works out, and um, hopefully we got some airplay out of a couple things that we've released in the past without really doing a lot of work, and
Right.
but hopefully this will get us a little more airplay and some more, it's great to have spins on Spotify. I mean, that helps your awareness, but we both know that spins on Spotify will never recoup
Fractions
the
of a
cost of
penny
what I'm
really are
spending on
not.
this, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
So it's
I get
like,
it, and it's really it's really kind of a cool feeling. But no, this is great, and I'm excited for you on this project because I know how you feel about these songs, and I know
yeah,
having played with you on some of these songs
right.
in the past, they're good songs, and you've tied some things together wonderfully. But
And I
I
will
think
tell
you
you
should
that
make
the recording you just heard is incredibly compressed for this platform, right? So
right.
it actually Joan looked at me and said, "Sounds tinny," and I was like, "Yeah," because I had to compress crap out of it to make it fit on here. So there's the sound quality is a lot different when you're going to listen to it. If you download it or go listen to it while you're on a streaming platform or anything like that.
Right.
Um,
And I want to
so
throw in a moment there on that statement that Joan, our producer tonight, and most nights when we're running well, is part of the artistic decision making as well, because she's part of what's going on, and there's reference to a character like that in Troublebound that ties in there as well. So fortunately, she didn't say hit the road, Jack, but that's
yet. So we'll see. We'll see how that all goes down. Yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah, I mean, it's,
and that's
it's
no,
interesting.
no,
I got to tell you, because I've been working a lot harder on this one recording wise too. I mean, I did some harmonies on this, which I have never been able to hit, but for some reason I'm hitting them right now. And, but I've also learned some recording stuff that I hadn't used before, and the recordings are coming out sounding really pretty sweet. So
nice.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. I mean, pretty happy with
Awesome.
it so far.
Let's move on to the next song. We've got another one
Okay.
coming up. You
I'm
want
going
to
to
tell
put
us
my
a little bit
headphones
about it
on
before you
so I
start?
can hear what I'm playing. Yeah, I'm going to. So the producer says I have to introduce it. Yeah, I know that. So this song, this one came about really as a musical thing to begin with. So I happened to be listening to a lot of Dwight Yoakam, and I was listening to a lot of his um, Greater Bakersfield show that he
Right.
does. It doesn't seem to be like a regular show. It just seems to be an occasional thing because I can never find episodes except by
Yeah.
chance.
Right.
And it's on Sirius XM, and I think
But
he
it's
has a
way at the end of the dial, right?
It's pretty far down. Yeah. I don't even know the number because I listen to it online usually. So it just
Right.
comes up. Anyway, he was talking a lot about, they focus on Bakersfield and the Bakersfield sound, but he was talking one day a lot about Ricky Nelson, and he was playing a lot of Ricky Nelson and stuff. And so musically, can you hear that? Is that like really loud or anything?
No, I can't. But
Oh, okay. The heater just came on here. I just want to make sure. So anyway, he was playing a lot of Ricky Nelson, and I kind of started listening to it. And musically, this just came about. And then I once again, I just kind of made a story up that I liked. I think I started with the chorus of this one, which is really unusual. That's 2 songs in a row. So, but this one's called "Fool for Her," and I'm just going to play it. How about that?
awesome.
She called me from outside of Salinas. Said she got herself into a mess. If I could send some jack, she'd surely pay me back. But I know that's not the way this ends. She said she'd always love me. She's always thinking of me. My friends all say it's true. There's nothing I can do. And I'm a fool for loving her. She called me from somewhere in Ohio, with some broke eye and a broke down El Camino. If I could pick them up, she'd love me oh so much. But I know that's not the way this ends. She said she'd always love me. She's always thinking of me. My friends all say it's true. There's nothing I can do. And I'm a fool for loving her. The spell she casts on me is like a lasso on my heart. And I just can't break free. She tears my world apart. She said she'd always love me. She's always thinking of me. My friends all say it's true. There's nothing I can do. I'm a fool for loving her.
Yeah, I'm a fool for loving her.
Great song. Great song.
Thanks. Yeah. So
I remember.
it's really about like not really not really breaking free.
Right.
So, maybe you broke up with somebody and they just keep popping back into your life, even though you're not looking for it. Right. Exactly.
That Bad Penny song. No, I mean, I remember when this one showed up as songs do, and you the expressions that you had at the time. I mean, exactly how you described it. It was one of those kind of occurrences that the song just kind of showed up out of the desert, so to speak.
Exactly.
And you just ended up being the one that caught it with your guitar while you were out there. And it's a great song. I mean,
try to go with the flow. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty simple song. I mean, there's not, I mean, but I think the chorus is really good. The tail is there, and I think it's one of the best bridges I've ever written in terms of the lyrics. So I really like it. But yeah, I like that one. Before I forget, we should tell people, if they're singer-songwriters, how to come on the show if they want. Green one. And this is all you do. You go to weirdprose.com and you fill out the form. That's how easy it is. And we'll get it, and then we'll be in touch with you. So just make sure you do that. And if you're interested in being on the show, and we've had a lot of great people on, and there are a lot of great people out there that we still need to get on and want to have on. So
yeah, most definitely.
Go ahead,
most definitely.
And then I think it's your turn to play a song for us, isn't it?
Yes, I'm going to play a song, and because this is the most special today, I'll play one of the songs that you have pointed out as one that you enjoy. So
yes,
this is another one of those songs that just kind of appeared one day, and I said, hey, you know what? I'll just play it tonight for the show, because it appeared just at the right time, and it ended up not being so bad. So here you go.
Glory, hip-side runaway kid, living on the edge, blazing a bid for a better life. In the end, one off the side stage, 2-bit bad, making ends meet, working for the man, living the dream while you can. Keeping it all together, tearing the system down. Meeting in the middle was never a part of your plan. Real estate, bank account, pinstripe suit, making dirty deals just to get the loot, to pay the bills for the life you lead. Keeping it all together, tearing the system down. Meeting in the middle was never a part of your plan. 'Cause you can reach for the ring all your life and never get more than scars for your strife. Take every penny from the man next door, and it won't be long till you find you on the floor. Keeping it all together, tearing the system down. Meeting in the middle was never a part of your plan.
Joan was getting into the song.
That's good. It's
Um,
one of the shorter ones.
so yeah, but it's still relevant. It's going to be
Oh
relevant
yeah,
for a long
as
time.
I'm singing it, I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah,
Me every day, right?
yeah. I mean, everything is still going on, so it's you have to you know once again, if people can't, the problem is that it all became a football game, and it's not really what's for the people anymore. It's about winning and losing, and really winning and losing is not what politics is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about how do you do everything right for the people, and so meeting in the middle is how that usually works.
Right. Yeah. Oh no, no,
Yeah, yeah,
it's the long game.
yeah,
There's a reason why, I guess everything that our culture doesn't embrace about soccer is
yeah.
really what it's about. To make parliamentary decisions in a way that actually help everyone, and you slug it out. I mean, long haul, work it
Right.
out.
And but satisfaction has to come immediately, and it has to come in the form of a win. I mean,
Yeah.
I coached for a long time, and I was pretty successful. I have a pretty good record, and I you know I always thought, wow, I we never worried about winning or losing. We worried about playing the game right, and playing our game, and winning came as part of that. It was not, it wasn't about the win. It was about, did we do what we were supposed to do? And if we did, we usually won. It's not
Right.
about, the end. You can't think through to the end. You have to think about what you have to do. And for these guys, and women that are running the trying to run the country, it's just like, guys, just get it done, right? I mean,
Uh,
that's what all the people want. They just want you to get it done.
Unfortunately, right now we're just rising to the lowest common denominator,
Right. Yeah. That's tough.
and
But I
that's a
love the
totally
song.
other conversation. So let's.
Yeah. But I love the song, and I think you're supposed to have something on the way to me about that, right?
Yes, I know, I know,
Yeah.
I know, I know. It's
So
been, the one thing is, as I said, it's birthday week, but it's been since Thanksgiving that there's been something going on. So,
right, right.
and
And you had to shovel a lot of snow this week too. So
2.5 days of shoveling snow. It's just what I live
God.
for.
Well, we didn't have to shovel. We just we get up, and there's a little bit of white on the ground, and we just wait around for about an hour, and it goes away.
Everything goes away. Yeah, lucky you. Well, I won't say that because I live someplace where I had no weather change, and this is a very welcome feeling. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I'm
Cycle of
sure
life.
that right, and I'm sure that after we've been here for a little while, well, it did snow here on Christmas Eve this year, so we already had our white Christmas here, so it didn't really matter. But
That's the
I'm
important
sure eventually that'll be sad for us. Yep. I do want to show the album cover
Yes,
because
please.
yeah, this is what the EP's cover is going to look
This is
like.
the cover art for the new EP coming
Cover
out.
art, yes. Yeah. So each of the single art reflect this in a different way, but this is the actual. And so I just want to shout out to my daughter Sarah, who I sent this back and forth 1,000 times, and her suggestions are built into this. And she spent several days with me, telling me where I was wrong, and then I would go back and fix it. So, and the handwriting idea is completely hers, so it's actually pretty cool. So
That is nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So
The manifestation, I saw it early on, and then I saw it as it was finished. And good work, Sarah.
I loved your comment on that when I sent it to you. And I'm not going to share that with anybody.
No, we don't need to share any of that.
I don't think they would get it anyway from the.
Yeah. What are you playing for us next as we move away from anything?
This is Troublebound's a pretty old song. This one's a pretty old song that I've had for a while. I had a recording of it. I didn't really like it. That's why I never did anything with it. The one I'm working on now, the recording that I'm working on right now, is pretty cool.
Awesome.
I played the music. I just did some vocals today, but Joan heard the music last night, and I think she even thinks she has some suggestions as usual. But I think even when she heard it, she gave me the little nod, So that's a good sign. And so I think it's going to come out really good. But this is an older song. This is probably, I'm going to guess this is like an '06 or '07 or somewhere. And this was actually written on an airplane. So I was on my way to a USITT convention, which
Right.
people who are watching probably know. And I know that I was flying in an airplane somewhere. And of course we used to go to, you still do, but we used to go to every city under the sun. So I have no idea which city I was flying to or anything like. We could probably go back and figure it out. And but I wrote this on the airplane. So obviously there wasn't music at the time I wrote all the words, but I had it in my head. I could hear it. So I kind of when I got home, I fixed it up and wrote this. So this is called Pennsylvania Moon. And it really, the girl in this one is, the sundress in this, I believe, is still hanging up in the closet upstairs. Joan kept it because it was my favorite thing that she wore. So this is called Pennsylvania Moon. Well, I'm 1,000 miles from home, sitting here drinking my Bud Light all alone. And I'm thinking about when I'm gonna see you again, back there in my Pennsylvania home, where the brandy wine runs deep and wide, and the crisp white snow is on the mountainside. And when the Allegheny band plays Roll Out the Barrel again, I'll dance with you beneath the Pennsylvania moon. I miss you more than I can say, and I think about you every single day. Sitting by the pond with your favorite sundress on, back there in my Pennsylvania home, where the Susquehanna rises near the bend, and the fields of corn go on without end. And when the Allegheny band plays Roll Out the Barrel again, I'll dance with you beneath the Pennsylvania moon. Why I ever came this far, when I want to be right there where you are. Where the Tussing mountain range reveals the sun, and the battle was fought to keep the Union one. And when the Allegheny band plays Roll Out the Barrel again, I'll dance with you beneath the Pennsylvania moon.
Love that song. Have always loved that song, and wish that I was singing that song with you.
Yeah, I
gotta tell you.
know. I know. Shooter likes that song. Shooter always
Oh,
likes to hear that song.
it's there's few songs that I guess there's probably fewer songwriters I know that have works that I could actually say this is a culmination of a large part of this songwriter's soul.
There's a lot of stuff in there. It even popped in I used the word Susquehanna in a song, man. To me, that was like my best accomplishment. Like when I was,
that's a land acknowledgement right there, sir.
Man, I wrote Susquehanna into a song. I was like,
exactly. But that's, the first time I heard it, and I guess I probably came to see you play at the brewery or something, and I was like, oh wow, I'm a folk song person. I am a sucker for a good, strong folk song, and you nail a geographic region, the heartfelt part of the geographic region, and a large heritage portion. Because
I always felt like
in there concept.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, and that was a nod to my friends in Pittsburgh, So like, for sure. And if there's anybody from the PA government watching, I think it would be a great state song. Just so you know,
it would be.
There's my pick.
We need to send it off to the governor because
exactly.
Great song. But since we are talking about your Pennsylvania home,
right
now is the portion of the show that we normally grill our guests. And I have the unfortunate aspects of trying to have a historical reference point to my hometown.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go. And
I'm usually the one who's putting
he's the one who preps this.
Grilling everybody. Yeah.
I got to
all right.
my ear.
Fair enough.
My bad ear.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to start out with, now you said your hometown was Westchester, PA. Westchester, PA. I just want to separate the words so nobody gets confused.
Well, the town is, right. It's not the one in New York. It's the one in Pennsylvania. Right.
Yeah, the one in Pennsylvania. So what we know that it is Westchester, Pennsylvania. So what I'm going to ask you is, was that there was another name before it was Westchester, Pennsylvania? Do you by chance remember the inn for which the original town was known as?
Was it the Eagle Inn? Oh, wait a minute.
I'm going to give you a second round on this one.
Yeah. I'm sure that I have run across this. My stepfather took me to the Historical Society all the time, so I should have. I'm sure
it might have been in.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think I know.
Turk's Head
Tavern. That's right. Actually, I think that tavern still existed when I was a kid.
The Turk's Head Inn, which was initially a tavern, which was what the region was known as before they were incorporated and became Westchester.
Yep. I remember that. Yep.
So ask about your story.
So since you were at
for one now.
Yeah, I know. This is a first, folks. This is the first time we have history making going on right now.
Oh,
sorry, I didn't mean to stump you that bad at the beginning. I should have just asked you what university is in Westchester.
Yeah.
So all of these are hard because
all right, that's fair. That's fair enough.
Mo and I first met, and he was one of my educators, so I have to lay it on him a little hard.
Yeah. Oh
So,
man,
there-
failing score.
yeah, well, we're not going to keep score today.
Okay.
Um, there is only one noted American Impressionist painter who came from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Can you tell me the name of that painter?
Is it Andrew Wyeth? No. Jesus. Impressionist.
He's
Um,
not an impressionist.
I don't think Andrew Wyeth is an impressionist. Impressionist. Nope. Got nothing.
Nope. Mary Cassatt.
Oh.
I don't think I knew that.
Oh, okay. Well, folks, I made this test a little too hard. So the last
Way
question:
too hard.
what's the street that goes right through? No.
Well, depends on which direction you're going. Go ahead. Give me the third hard one.
The third question I have is, what is the historical significance of the William Everhart building?
Don't look at me. From Westchester.
William Everhart building. I don't even know where that building is.
I guess
Also known as the Everhart Lincoln building.
I guess he must have stayed there at some point.
No, the first biography of Abraham Lincoln was published in Westchester, PA. And I had to do that because when you were asking questions of someone from my hometown, it was known as the land of Lincoln, right? Every question.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't even know where that.
First biography was actually published on February 22nd of 1860.
Oh.
It introduced the United States, the outlying places from Illinois, to a young politician, the new Republican Party, which eventually elected him president. So,
Right. All right. Fair enough.
Oh, good
I don't
question.
even know where that.
you know what? I'm still going to send you a consolation prize, and I'm going to have to talk to Joan on whether or not it's okay.
All right. She can do the scoring on that
Sure,
one.
it'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh my God. I did terrible. Well, at least we can tell our guests when they, you can just say, don't worry about it. Mo didn't get any right.
Yeah, just be thankful Jason doesn't ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. That was terrible.
We're going to have a bonus question. The fourth question is, what is the university in Westchester, Pennsylvania?
Well, Westchester University is there. There's also Villanova right outside of town. So, yeah, that was terrible. I'm terrible,
Okay. There's not a lot. I will say that looking for trivia on Westchester, Pennsylvania is not one of the easiest things to find.
Right.
Significant location, and a lot of things happened there, but nothing was, there's some seriously significant occurrences.
It's been around, it was colonial town. So it's, it's been around forever. Yeah, I just don't even remember I'm trying to think of where the Everhart building is. I can't even picture that. So, if you had asked me about the Warner Theater, I could have told you all about that place.
I didn't find anything about the Warner Theater.
Well, because it's not there anymore. It's like an indoor mall now, but it was an Art Deco theater that I used to work at a long time ago. When I was in high school. Yeah, very beautiful.
I was even looking for hockey questions for Westchester, PA, but
yeah, not much.
the first engine of the Westchester Railroad was what? Horses.
I believe that. All right, I'm going to play another.
What do you have to sing for us? Let's bring this story about it.
So this one is started out with just a line that I had, which was sunshine and shadow. And so I kind of built the song off of that concept. And then it just, as most songs do, they take a left or a right turn and they go their own way. So that's what this song does after that first idea. But it's called In the Cards, which I was thinking about a different name for it last night, but I think I'm too far along on this to change the name. In the Cards doesn't, it fits with like the songwriting group that you work with, in that the last line of the chorus
Right.
or hook has to be the title. But I think it would be a better title if I called it I Knew. And but you'll see why. I mean, I'm not sure In the Cards is a good title.
But hey, folks, if you have a thought on this,
Yes,
feel free to chime in on Facebook
drop it
or
in the
YouTube.
It
Throw in a
looks like
comment.
there's a lot of
Let's hear what you have to say about it.
looks like there's a few comments there, so maybe you can look at those while I'm playing and see if we need to respond to anybody. All right, so this is called In the Cards. Sunshine and shadow, they're both the same. Two ways of looking at things, two different names. You and me, we're a lot like that. A little dark, a little light. You can be the daytime, I'll be the night. And I knew I had to love you, it was written in the stars. But I knew I had to leave you, 'cause that was in the cards. You knew that I would walk, it's what I always do. And everything I ever had, I left it there with you. Could we go back in time? Would that make any sense? I think it would all turn out the same, 'cause I'm such a mess. And I knew I had to love you, it was written in the stars. But I knew I had to leave you, 'cause that was in the cards. I might come back somewhere along the line, and if you're still around here, I'll make you mine. I knew I had to love you, it was written in the stars. But I knew I had to leave you, 'cause that was in the cards. I knew I had to leave you, 'cause that was in the cards. Yeah.
I like the direction that song's turned.
it took a weird turn, right? I mean,
No,
it started out, one way, and it just kind of went down a different path. But when I write like that, I just kind of go with the path, So,
right.
yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, that's it has a greater impact in this format than it had prior. And it's a great song. And I'm not sure that In the Cards is the right title for it either, but I mean, that's your call, because it's ultimately it's your message, and that is what is important. And
It's the title's probably good in the overall sense of the EP, because it keeps it in. I mean, it ties into that, not so much the other, any other title. So it's probably okay in terms of the EP.
Right.
And I'm not going to
Oh, it's a
release that one
great
as a
song.
single. So yeah, yeah,
That's a solid, solid, solid song. That's
cool. I think it's your turn to play, though. Just so you know.
oh damn it!
Yep.
I keep hoping.
Yeah. This is my
I keep
break.
hoping,
Yeah.
but
I think,
but
what are you
once
going to
again,
play?
well, let me see if I can figure out where the capo goes. Yeah. Oh, I figured that already.
You figured that out?
Okay. Yeah, I figured it out. We're good to go.
Down.
This is also a song that I've fought with the title on. Right now, I call it "The Fabric of My Life."
I like that title for this.
I was cut from a bolt of Irish linen, stained with the dirt that my whole family till. A badge of red pin too, a swatch of Union blue, gave us a patch of land where we could grow. The rails rolled through and soot covered our hands. Machines were brought to till on our lands. When the only son broke ranks, gathered green cloth for the banks, changed the very course our family knew. Each generation brings the thread, stitch together families when they wed. The dark night I cling tightly to the blanket of my family, and so together, fabric of my life. My daddy chose a starched white doctor's coat, but it passed to me the song's blue collars roll. I weave with silver strings, and I married a tapestry. Together we knit another row, 'cause each generation brings the thread that stitch together families when they wed. In the dark night I cling tightly to the blanket of my family, and so together, the fabric of my life. As I look into my children's eyes, I hope it comes to them as no surprise. The future is unknown, their fabric left to be sewn, so I hope they choose to pry in a bottom line. 'Cause each generation brings the thread to stitch together families when they wed. In the dark night I cling tightly to the blanket of my family, and so together, the fabric of my life. In the dark night I cling tightly to the blanket of my family, and so together, so we can grow on forever. We sew together the fabric of my life. I was cut from a bolt of Irish linen, stained with the dirt that my whole family till.
I still think that's one of the best songs you've ever written, and it actually, when you sing that, lots of times I actually see my grandmother when you're singing that, because she made all the Afghans for all of, like, for all my cousins, everybody got a Nana Afghan at some point in their life. And I think we all, when we got cars, the Afghan like lived in our cars, right? Because back in the day when you went to the drive-in and did all that,
Right,
the Afghan,
right.
I think every one of my cousins had a Nana Afghan in their car, and so it always takes me back to that, which is a really good thing for me because Nana was, cool and she
Right.
was our favorite. So, but yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's there was I've done some genealogical stuff, and I take my surname, my family name goes back only so far. I can take it to a
Right.
certain point. I know kind of where it came from, but there was also another part of the family, and that part of the family moved to the region that I'm from, and my great grandfather was a tailor. His son became an attorney. Both of my aunts I had two aunts. One of them has passed, but both of them were quilters. One of them still is, and is currently working on a quilt for her last. She gave a quilt to each of her grandchildren as they passed and graduated from high school, and the last one has reached her senior year. So we share a birthday, which was last week, and so I gave her a call, and she was busy worrying about whether or not that was going to get done, and focused on
Right.
making sure that was done. But that's, and my grandmother was a knitter, and we all had Afghans from my grandmother.
Yeah.
The thing.
So
Yep.
yes, there's a large part of, in this part of our lives and where we are as a society, we forget how easy clothes are to come by, and what that is, and exactly what it takes for each of those pieces of clothes we have, how many strings are involved.
Right.
And that's kind of where I was going when I
It's
started
good,
thinking
man.
about
I'm telling you, it's good. And yeah, I think you should. That's
it. Needs a
another one.
good string band behind it. That's what I think it needs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think.
A couple of solo breaks.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I think if as you work it out, in the DAW, I think it'll be fun to build that song too. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yep.
So, yep.
So
Well, we're up against it here, so we're coming up on the end here. So,
you have one more song that's going to be a release in March, right?
This one's coming out March 5th as a single off the EP, and it is, I'm playing these because if you're watching the show right now, you're the first people to actually hear these recordings. Like I said, they're compressed to high heaven to make them fit on the platform here. But when you hear them on Spotify later, or if you download them, you'll have the sound quality will be much better. So what we're listening to on here may sound a little thin, but they're not really in the grand scheme of things. This one's called The Outlaw. I think this one, I had one line, and the line was, "I never meant to be on the wrong side of the law." And that's the line that I built the whole song around.
Okay.
And I decided that I wanted to sort of write it like a movie kind of scenario. Like, so it's linear, but it also is not literally linear. It tells a little story, but I've always had a thing for Steely Dan's Haitian Divorce, which is a movie song. They even use movie terms in the song. Dolly back, now it's fade to black. It's about watching a movie. And this song, I wanted it to kind of have a feel like an old, Western outlaw. I grew up as a little kid wearing cowboy clothes all over the place. That was the 50s and the early 60s. So it was, but that's where this song kind of comes from. It's a song about an outlaw and a woman. So that's what it's about. So this is called The Outlaw.
Running days began the day that I met you. And who'd have thought I'd be sitting here now, wishing it wasn't true. I got away with all the money, there was nothing they could do. But the priceless thing I took away from you. Never meant to be on the wrong side of the law. In fact, I never meant to be anywhere at all. But I'm okay playing this here, in this part. If I could be the outlaw that stole your heart. Said you'd be my woman, said I'll be your man. And as I took that money, I reached out for your hand. I never had a reason to doubt you'd run with me. And every day I wonder what I didn't see. I never meant to be on the wrong side of the law. In fact, I never meant to be anywhere at all. But I'm okay playing this here in this part. If I could be the outlaw that stole your heart. Where did you go? I think I know. Side of the law. In fact, I never meant to be anywhere at all. But I'm okay playing this here in this part. I could be the outlaw that stole your heart. I could be the outlaw that stole your heart.
All right.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. Just spending some time with that one. It's got a great quality to it.
Yeah,
yes,
there's a little mystery in it.
Feel.
Yeah, and that it's got the rhythm of sort of rocking in a horse is the whole point.
Yeah.
To that. So out on the trail telling the story, whatever. So anyway, but I mean, I think it came out pretty good. It's got some different things in it. It's got that lap steel that takes me forever to record.
Yeah, hey,
but it's worth it.
I can't even think about trying.
Well, it's worth it. It's worth the trouble when you're done. But man, do I pull my hair out trying to play that thing? It's like I'm just, I'm getting better, but it's like, man, it's a tough. I have so much respect for steel guitar players. It's unbelievable. I just,
there is a steel guitar player who will record tracks for you, more than one or two. But I found a guy who friended me on Instagram who's actively recruiting business. So
Oh, well, maybe I'll do that on one of these other songs that I'm finishing up. Send it to them. All right. Hey, listen, we're at the end of the show. I want to thank everybody for listening. Thank you, Jason, for interviewing me and stumping me. And
well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to stump you because I've walked away from conversations and from tests given by Mo scratching my head.
well, I guess it's payback time. So it was good. I just want to thank everybody who's watching. Remember, we're back here next week, same weird channel, same weird time. I do believe next week will be a Valentine's Day themed show, and we're asking a couple alums to possibly come back and do some love songs for us. So just remember, as Hunter S. Thompson wrote, when the going gets weird,
The Weird Turd Pro.
All right. We'll see you all next week. Thanks.
Have a great week, folks.